For the past few years, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and Carl Pilkington have been
I'm getting the fuck out of copyrighted.
series of pointless conversations. This is one
But this was good shit. I remember this.
Is that all right? Hello and welcome to the Ricky Gervais Show.
So before anything, should probably share this little bit of a story. Back in the day when HBO Max was a channel, a TV channel, and not a streaming service, I think I was about 10 or 11, and HBO Max had a thing where they would play things from the British television. I am from Chile, by the way, so might be things might have been different. It was this HBO Max channel after midnight, I think, or somewhere around that time. It'll be this thing that they would do. It's like a partition where they would have programs that were from British television, and it went from things to be from. It was like things from all over the channels, like BBC, but also Channel 4. They would play the replays of Cat's Countdown, and In-Betweeners and Peep Show and Ricky Gervais Show. This was when I was about 10. So the Ricky Gervais Show, it's one of the first English lessons I ever had. If you know me if you known me for a while, you know that I don't have the best English. I learned through games and stuff like this, movies. But yeah, this was like my first contact with English, and Ricky Gervais and Carl had a pilot that never became anything of a show. It was a pilot where they were trying to teach English to people, and yeah, no wonder it didn't work. 10, 11-year-old me thought it was legit, but I actually watched it a few days ago. It got into my YouTube feed, and it's pretty obvious why I didn't learn anything.
With me, Ricky Gervais,
They were
Stephen Merchant,
joking only.
and the little round-headed buffoon that is Carl Pilkington.
All right.
He was so odd, though. He was so odd.
You'll be pleased to know we've already had some responses, and Simon and Mark have already emailed us in this link to something that was on the BBC News website. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but it's a remarkable story. Lion mutilates 42 midgets in Cambodian ring fight. That's just a headline.
That's a hell of a headline. That makes me want to know more about the story.
Cambodian ring fight, like the Cambodian UFC.
As entire Cambodian midget fighting league squared off against
So it was
African
mixed martial
warriors.
artists,
Tickets had been
midgets,
sold out 3 weeks before
something
the
like that.
anticipated fight. The fight was organised when an angry fan contested Yang Shamoni, president of the CMFL, claiming that
CMFL.
one line could defeat his entire league.
Hold on. Cambodia. Cambodia Midget Fighting League. Lion versus Midget, 2005. Whoa, 42 midgets in Cambodian ring fight. It was fake. Okay, that makes sense.
League of 42 fighters. Well, the fight was ended, Rick, after only 12 minutes, after which 28 of the midget fighters were declared dead.
Right.
While
Right.
the other 14 suffered severe injuries, including broken bones.
Okay,
lost
now
limbs,
supposedly
and
fake
they were
though.
basically unable to fight
But the
anymore.
lion wasn't hurt.
It would have seemed that the lion was okay.
Oh, good. Well, that's amazing.
Carl, what are your thoughts instantly? I mean, you're bound to have a take on that.
See, what's annoying me is I've sent money to Cambodia because apparently they're hungry and haven't got any energy. So what's going on?
Well, it's much easier to fill up a midget than it is a regular Cambodian. You know, they're
I just
happy
feel
on
like
a Mars
I'm
bar.
being cheated a bit.
You were conned before with a charity, weren't you?
Well, a few times, yeah.
He
With
got
what about
conned.
The old lady, what was that?
I got stopped, and it's like they sort of drag you in by saying, "Have you got a gran?" And I said, "No, they died." And that. It's like, "Oh, did they die of the cold?" No, she's, ill. What have you? Just old age. He said, "Well, what happens with a lot of people's grans is they die in the cold, right?" So I was like, "Oh, that's bad, isn't it?" Anyway, so she's chatting.
That's bad,
she's
innit?
showing me pictures of these old women.
Okay, that's better, isn't it?
Right, saying, "Look at her, that's Edna. She's got no family. She can't pay the bills and all that."
Yeah.
So I'm
That
like,
might
"Oh,
be
yeah."
smaller.
Anyway, it goes on for about
Copyright.
15 minutes, and you feel bad. You give them your bank details, right? And what happens is every couple of months you get a letter from Edna.
Right.
It's not from her, it's typed up and what have you. But there's a picture of Edna, right? And it's saying, oh, this December, you know, Edna's going to be extra cold. It's cold outside. She can't afford to pay the heat and what have you.
Yeah.
Keep
Sitting
going,
by the
right? So you
stove.
keep paying every month like £5, whatever. Get another letter a few months later, right? Edna's sat there. She's got a tan.
What do you mean she's got a tan?
Well, when they
Send
said
it on
she's
a-
cold, I thought they meant for the heating, not to send her on holiday for a month. She sat there with a tan. I'm not joking.
Are you sure it wasn't
They sent
just a
her
sort
to
of
Ibiza.
slight problem in the printing?
No, definitely.
Sure, it
she
wasn't
looked well happy.
Sure, it wasn't liver failure.
You see, when does it become like bad to avoid people like that? Do you know what I mean? Because some people say you shouldn't, you know.
To be fair, I always feel dubious about charities and donations whenever you make it whenever you do groceries and stuff, and it's like, do you want to donate, I don't know how much, it's very low amount of money, but but you want to donate to this and that, and I'm always very dubious about it, because here in Chile it's been a thing, like they were for 20 years asking for donations to build this specific village. But, it's been fucking 15, 20 years, like, move on your project. Like, it hasn't that been done. So it's Chile is very corrupted, so it's a lot of laundering money. I don't know. I think I know where he comes from, what he's trying to say. Sometimes I feel bad when I don't do the donation and stuff like that, but I'm always I always feel that these things can be very dodgy. But then again, I start to think, what about this one organization that is actually trying to do good or whatever, and I'm not donating, So
No,
yeah, I don't know.
People like us who just
Gotta
have a bit of bad luck.
investigate.
Of course they are.
Yeah, I know, but I remember one on our estate, right? And she was a bit. What's the word that you can use? Because I don't want to offend anyone. But I'd say but sort of mental homeless. Is that a term?
Mental
I
homeless.
think that is the
Homeless.
That's the new official term. It's mental homeless-itis.
Right. So she lived on the estate and what have you, and she aged.
How was she homeless if she lived on the estate?
Well, she sort of decided to stay around.
She was
there 'cause
around, I guess.
think people on the estate spoke to her more than people who had money. So this mental homeless woman
Right.
on the estate.
Mental homeless.
And what she used to do, right? She acted quite normal, and she used to always push like a pram around with her, right? Everyone was like, she can't have a kid, can she? Right? And she was dead happy every day. She was up and down, walking up and down the road. Anyway, one day she got to walk
Thank
past,
you.
right? Turned round and looked in the pram. There's a bucket with a face
Windows.
on it.
What the fuck?
Rick, we've had an email here from a bloke. I think you're going to respect him, because I think you can tell straight away from his name that he's the kind of guy you'd want to hang out with.
Go on.
I know how much you love fun people.
Yeah.
Well, Paul, and he's calling himself this, Paul the Party Animal Parker. He's emailed
Party
him,
animal.
himself that moniker.
Right, I assume they're in sort of like quote marks,
They're
are they?
in speech marks, yeah. Paul
Brilliant.
Party Animal Parker.
And he's calling himself that.
Yeah.
That I can't wait.
So when you picture him, what are you thinking?
Millhouse. I think he looks like Millhouse.
Party
from
animal.
Simpsons.
Yeah. He's working in sort of an IT department, maybe?
Yeah,
for a large
possibly.
organisation?
I think he might still be at school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
And this is the vital question. Do you believe him to be a party animal?
I believe him to be a party animal is as much as a man with a long scarf that his mum knitted him to look like Doctor Who can be a party animal, yes.
Do you
Doctor
think
Who.
when people are organising parties at his school, they're thinking the first person they got to get on the list and make sure he's guaranteed as
You've
a
got
guest
to take Paul the
is
party animal.
Paul Parker.
Because I bet he's got millions of affectations. I bet he wants to be known as the one that carries around a biscuit tin.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he's
What?
got a scarf.
He's the guy who only ever wears bowling shoes. It's his thing. It's his thing. He's a little bit kooky, it's his thing. And
hell?
it is very interesting what he sent in. He's found this on the web. A Serbian man who has invented a sex machine for women. And he's appealing to Western women to test his device. It runs on a 390 volt electric engine, simulates sex, and has a 7.5-inch artificial penis. As soon as I read this, I was thinking, it's just imagining there going, oh, thanks for coming in. Yeah, okay. So there's what's going to happen is there's a penis that's going to pop
No.
out from here, and it's going to have sex with you. I'm going to stand behind the machine. I've got to stand behind here. There's a lot of
Oh,
dials and
fucking
stuff.
knew
I
he
don't
was
want
gonna
to-
go
Why do you
there.
have to stand behind it? Just.
I can't. It's technical stuff, but I got to be behind the machine.
But there's no penis on the robot at the moment. It's just a hole.
No, don't worry. What'll happen is I'll switch the machine on. I'll go behind, and then a penis will appear.
Will it be like a metal-looking penis?
It will be a robotic penis, but it will seem like it's a regular
Yeah.
fleshy.
No.
So you've made this sort of like robotic penis look really realistic.
It's really realistic. You will not be able to tell the difference between, say, the robot one and mine, for instance. You
Okay,
wouldn't-
well I
you
don't want
wouldn't-
to see yours.
No, there's absolutely not.
Because I've not come around here to have sex with a person.
I know, you've come around to test the machine.
Yeah,
and that
I'm
is
sorry.
exactly what you're going to get.
Okay,
We use a mechanical.
Oh.
So a lot of people, sex is important, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Not to you.
It serves a purpose.
What purpose?
Okay.
No,
Because you don't want to have kids, so what purpose?
Just you know,
Something to do in the evening
something to do, innit?
when the telly's broke.
But for years, like they've found stuff, haven't they? Machines from like Roman times that similar to that setup.
No machines in Roman times.
So Carl, well, first of all, machines in Roman times. Let's see what he means about this. I guess he's trying to say that there were a lot of, even in ancient times, there were a lot of experimenting with sexuality. I imagine, which is true, right? I do believe stuff like that has been found. Recreative, I don't know, toys or customs that some civilizations will have. But before that, I just wanted to point out, apparently sex is not very important to Carl Pilkington. Apparently, he's a very peculiar man, and I had this thing with a friend back when this was in HBO Max in Chile here, and we would watch it. I had this thing with a friend that we were talking about Carl, and that we had this debate about, is he a genius or is he like not one? You know, he's known for being a little bit idiotic. But we had this theory at the time that he was some sort of genius, that somewhere along the way he lost it. There is a lot of anecdotes that I can scarcely remember. Something about him always reading while he was walking or something like that. He would get lost. You know, that sort of like behavior from someone with maybe higher IQ or different customs and stuff. But yeah, he's a very strange particular man, and it's fascinating, to be honest.
Stuff, haven't they? Machines from like Roman times that.
I don't know about Roman
No
times
machines in
though.
Roman
I
times.
remember the
It's like
chastity
that,
belts
though, the old sort of
in the
knob on a
movie.
stick machine thing.
The old Roman knob on a stick.
A knob on a stick, he said?
Every week, and Tony Robinson has never done that. An old knob on
A knob on a
I
stick.
just think of Julius Caesar sitting down and go, okay, aqueduct, we love that. Thanks for that. Straight roads, good idea. We can see the enemy coming. What have you got there?
Well, I'm glad you've asked.
Ploncticus. What have you got
Glad
there?
you asked.
Wanklicus.
What I've got here is a yieldy knob, and I've put that on the end of a stick.
Oh, sticker's phallus. Okay, well done, Wanklicus.
No.
Well done.
Oh,
You
God.
are my new right-hand man, as they say.
No,
Excellent.
But they do stuff like that. You've been in the London Museum and that, and they've got sort of sex stuff from years ago. They've got like
There are, right?
metal pants that they used
The
to wear.
chastity belt.
Metal pants.
Yeah, sort of
Is that
metal.
a chastity belt? You mean?
Yeah.
They used to make women wear them so that they could.
When-
have
when-
sex
when-
with
No,
their
but
men
they had them for blokes as well, though.
metal pants for
A
blokes.
chastity
Yes.
belt for men?
No, I just think they sort of like sexy metal pants.
What? Oh, I don't know what you mean.
What
with
are you
sexy
talking
metal
about?
pants.
Sexy?
We'll have to look because I haven't got it in front of me. It's just something I remember seeing, some sort of sexy metal pants that they used to wear.
But what
Why
are you
does he
saying,
say sexy?
metal
Come on,
pants?
they
that
always
was
had
not
to be-
British Museum. That was Soho.
No, what I mean
That was
was
on Compton Street. You were looking
they
at a
always
shop
had to
window.
be ready for like battle and that, but these were a little bit
For
sexy,
battle?
but protective at the same time.
Like fighting with a
So Lancelot, are you ready
a cup.
to face the Black Knight? Yeah, I'm just. What do you think of these? Huh?
I just want to look good on the battlefield.
Chainmail.
Women watching, cheering us on.
Well, you're not going to fight like that, are you? What about your
I'm going to wear nothing except these sexy metal pants.
But what about your chest is exposed?
No,
Well,
it's a good chest. I've been working out.
yeah, I know. But what I mean is, you want metal all
I've
over.
actually been lifting up the round table every week. I just work out, do that about 4 times a day.
That
What
Arthur.
machine, right? why did it have to be a woman, or could they have got a little gay fella in?
I
Let
don't
me
know.
just check.
I appreciate that, Bran.
Actually
Thanks.
specify the small print here.
I love that. Why do you want to see a
A
little
gay
fella
man.
be-
I don't want to see it. I'm
Why?
just saying they're sort of more.
Why do, Carl? Why do you
I don't
want?
want to see it.
Why do you want to
I want
watch
to
a
see it.
gay man get buggered by a robot?
I wasn't the one typing in
Baguette.
gay machines.
That's
on
a new
the
one.
internet, finding stuff out about.
It's not a
Steve
gay
was.
machine. You just made it into a gay machine.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
He-
back
he
into that
wanted to- he
machine,
wanted
okay.
to pleasure women with this machine.
Oh.
You're saying, can I see a little gay fella get a robotic cock up his ass? You're the one requesting that, Carl
I don't want that.
Pilkington.
I'm just saying that.
You're the one that wants to see gay men with metal stuff up their arms.
Oh, what I'm saying is they're more up for a bit more experimentation than.
What are you saying? Why is that the case?
Why? Why'd you say that?
No, just
They're trying to
just
say.
you know, butt plugs and that. I mean, what I'm saying is,
What, you can't just say butt plugs and that.
I'm just saying that I reckon they'd be up for it.
What
That's
do you know
all I'm
about
saying.
butt plugs?
Well, I don't know anything about them. I just remember seeing an advert for some once in a sex shop.
What
As
are
a
you
way-
doing? What are you doing?
No, I wasn't. I was just walking past.
Right.
I was walking past the sex shop and that. And
Your
you know,
eyes
you sort of
glancing,
looking.
glistening.
Why?
There is one sex shop in the route that I take from my work, from my job, till the bus stop, and I have to walk by every time, and I try to avoid looking at it, just because I think if I look at it, someone is gonna look at me looking at it, and they're gonna think like I'm gonna go in and shop or something. So I always try to avoid looking at it. And it's funny because it's right beside a bookstore. You know, it's pretty weird.
Why were you walking past a sex shop?
Just because I was on the way to work and that, and I passed one, and there was a little sort of one. It was open early, which I never understood. It was
Early?
about 8 o'clock in the morning. Right? I
Who's
thought,
rushing
you know,
it?
I mean, I'm guessing because nighttime, right? I mean, I guess London. I don't live in a capital or very populated busy place, but I'm assuming because of nightlife, and maybe it's open all night and it closes early in the morning or something like that.
Yeah, who needs them now, right? But I
I
sort
must
of
get
had
a bagel and some poppers on the way to work.
I walked past it and it had like a little post-it note or postcard type thing, and it was like pop
Right.
in now, buy an item, chuck in some free butt plugs.
For free.
And I didn't know what they for. I'd never heard of them before. But all I'm saying is I've since found out what they do with them.
What
And
do
if
they
they
do with them?
do that with them, then
Yeah.
give them a go on that.
Oh, okay.
Another email here.
Okay. So when those transitions, I remember this. When those transitions happen, it's usually because they drop the subject. I think you can find. I'm not sure. I'm gonna look it up. You can find the whole podcast unedited without these cuts. But whenever they do those transitions, it's because they drop the subject, and we're not gonna get an answer or a finisher, for that matter.
It's an interesting fact. I'm hoping it's
Sorry, what did he say?
another email here. It's an interesting fact. I'm hoping it's true. America's first nudist organisation apparently was founded in 1929.
29
Now, what intrigued
by
me
3
about
men.
that is the fact that it's clearly 3 blokes just trying to meet some nude women.
They're all 52 balding
Exactly.
with little so those gold rimmed glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just wandering around, and it's all quite saggy down there. And they're
No.
just knocking on doors saying, "We just set up an organisation. It's perfectly above board, completely
Yeah.
legitimate. It's a nudist organisation. You got any women in there that want to come and join us? Because
Well,
we haven't
not
got any
really.
female members at the moment. Got any women in there interested in volleyball or trampoline?
I can't
Nude
deal with it.
volleyball.
You hate nudists, don't you?
Nudists. I don't understand what it's all about at the end of the day. And here's something, right? Do you know, like, when you're a bloke nudist,
Right.
do you ever get any who just have, like, a small knob?
I don't know. I don't understand the question.
What's the
What?
point?
Well, you know, are there any blokes who are knocking about who just have a normal sized knob or maybe a bit smaller than normal, who are happy wandering about showing off what they haven't got, if you know what I mean?
I don't think
I
it's
don't
about that.
Nudists are just doing it because they're so proud of their knob.
No, I mean, first of all, sorry to pause it. If you're a nudist on that regard, I never ever in my life seen one or met one or heard of one. Never even heard of nudist beaches being where I live. I don't think there are. But I don't think it's about how comfortable or unaware you are, because inhibitions you have to be very low. Doesn't really matter what type of body you have, I guess. I would never be naked in front of public, something like that. I don't know. I don't really know what nudism is about.
No, but there's got to be a little bit of that in it, isn't there?
Never
Just
really thought
saying
about
most
it.
blokes who, nudists, they must be pretty confident in themselves to, I looked once.
What?
What?
It's
What is
natural.
this?
It's natural.
Where?
That's what I'm saying.
What do you mean? This
As a
is
bloke.
Carl takes a sneaky look at
No, no.
menscocks.com.
No, what I'm saying is, it's natural.
What's this happening? You were in a gym.
No,
A lot of guys are getting changed.
In the
No,
gym.
You're at your bedroom window with a pair of binoculars,
No.
and there was a little fella across the road
I
getting
was
changed.
at some night out once.
Go
right?
on.
So you were at heaven and you were in the
It was
toilet.
some night out, and
In a club.
Some people come running on the stage, right? Some music started coming on, and these 4 people ran out. It was 2 women.
So
2
you were at a gay
blokes.
strip club.
It wasn't gay night; it was just a normal night out, some sort of party night out.
Right.
These people come running on, right? You got 2 women, you got 2 blokes.
Right.
They whip the knickers off. The fellas whip their undies off.
At the same
Now-
time.
That's
Yeah, all at the same time.
was it like a choreographed thing?
so
Go
that,
on.
that happened, and all I'm saying
that was a
is,
terrorism
right,
attack.
Before I had a look at the woman's bits, right? I just had a little cheeky glance at the fellas.
Why?
Why?
Just checking it out, just seeing is everything normal down
Why
there.
weren't your eyes drawn instantly to the ladies' bits?
Don't believe me. I had a look at that. All I'm saying,
But you went to the guys first.
just I didn't know how long pants were going to be left off for.
So you didn't want to miss your opportunity, is what you're saying? You saw a window of opportunity to see some men's bits and you thought, I better take it.
No,
because this may never happen again.
No,
So what happened? So there's,
I mean, I
there's
don't really know.
2 men, right? I don't know what sort of event this is where you're looking at anyone get their knickers and pants off. I don't know why you're looking at all. So you go right. There's knickers and pants off. Right. Let's check out the knob and testicles first.
you're telling me you've never, like, when you've been in a gym or anything, you've not just sort of turned your head, had a look, and gone, all right, yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
So let's just get this question.
Well, on that regard, I've been I guess I've been kind of lucky. I've never been to a normal gym, to a conventional gym. I am an amateur fighter, so it's always been a boxing gym or something like that. But the thing is, everyone does that after work or something like that, right? Everyone that's in it does it after work. So what happens usually is that we do it in late afternoon, and nobody is showering or changing there. You maybe change your shirt and you go home, you shower at home, sort of thing.
Have we ever been in a gym and just taken a sneaky glance at a man's genitals?
So I never been in a situation in which I am surrounded by naked people. That's a lie, actually. I was just thinking, now that I think about it, it's a lie. When I was little, when I was a kid, in school we had swimming class, and you have to get changed and you have to shower after using the pool, before and after, I think. I don't remember. And yeah, I think maybe there's been an accident. Some towels were dropped accidentally or something like that. But I think what I do, especially at that age, right? What you do is you advert you advert sight to later on everyone laughing at the kid that had it happen, I guess.
Is that your question to us?
Right, for me, it's the same as when you see someone who's a bit odd, 2 heads or whatever.
2 heads.
Well, I'll be honest. If I was in a gym and a bloke came in with 2 heads, I'd look. I'd get a sneaky glance in the mirror.
2 heads.
Sorry, but you'd look at his genitals or his 2 heads.
It's 2 heads.
Or would you sneaky look at the heads and then think, I wonder if he's got 2 cocks? Which is...
I can have a look there. If I'll tell you what, and now I admit it, if I'm ever in a gym and a naked man with 2 heads walks in, I probably will check out the genitals as well, just to make sure that he's got 2 of everything.
Can I tell you the thing that always freaks me out? I do sometimes go to the gym, and I live in North London, and the thing that always freaks me out is if there's a an elderly man, often quite short. I'm always freaked out because there's at least 2 I'm aware of who've got very, very large penises, and I always find that really disturbing because sometimes you can't help but notice because it's like Godzilla coming through the change room. Do you know what I mean? So that I do admit that's the only instance where my eye has been naturally drawn to it.
Do you know what?
I mean,
annoys me?
I guess, even when you don't want to look at it, being in that situation, probably you're gonna be drawn to look, even when you don't want to look, because it's odd, right? It's like not usual, not normal.
In gyms where people walk round happily naked all the time whistling, they get weighed naked, pop a towel on and take off 3 ounces.
Fucking
How
hell.
exact have those measurements got to be?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Pop a towel on. I mean, unless you're going on the space shuttle, I reckon you could give or take a couple.
Right.
Of,
What do you
ounces.
care? You're not
Exactly,
fighting for the
yeah.
UFC or something.
Absolutely right. Well, we've put that to bed.
Carl, can I ask you a question?
Go on.
I know this is what a lot of the fans are already wondering. Is there going to be some monkey news today?
There's got to be.
Of course there is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Don't
All right.
question.
Monkey
Well,
news.
I don't want. I'm worried because maybe this will steal your thunder. But Sarah has emailed this in a chimp mauling under investigation. I know you're concerned because this actually fuses 2 of our greatest features, monkey news and knob news, into one seamless whole. Investigators
Knob news?
said they are trying to figure out how 2 chimpanzees.
Oh yeah, I think I didn't even say this thing. If I'm gonna upload it, I was thinking I was not thinking on uploading it, but I guess I will do eventually. This is episode 2 of season 1. So if I upload it and later on I upload another one, it's not gonna be like in order. I don't know. This came out of nowhere. It's random, totally random. Episode 2 of season 1, and the title is Knob at Night. I'm assuming they're gonna talk into that now, because he just mentioned knob news. Let's see.
Into one seamless whole. It's 2 of our greatest features, monkey news and knob news.
Yeah, he said knob news.
Into one seamless whole. Investigators said they are trying to figure out how 2 chimpanzees that viciously attacked a visitor at an animal sanctuary escaped from their cage. This is the grim bit. The chimps chewed off a man's nose and severely mauled his genitals and limbs.
The soft
Why did they go
spots.
for his genitals?
They attacked the
Both
soft
of them
spots.
did as well.
Eh?
Both of them. Did you say 2 chimps?
No, you're right. Yeah, it was chimpanzees
Yeah.
too. Yeah, I don't know if
See,
both
which
of them
one
went.
did it?
They just saw that they're dangling away, and they
You
just
go
went,
for the nose?
yeah.
I go for his bollocks.
And
Now,
then
what accent have they got there?
I
those
don't
chimps?
know.
Were they kind of New York gangster chimps? They're like soprano chimps.
what happened to him anyway?
He doesn't have a
unfortunately, they
reaction,
were shot
Carl.
dead by the authorities.
You see, that annoys me a bit.
I know, well, again,
What are you talking about? They're attacking people's gonads.
I know, but they were happy in an African jungle a couple
Yeah,
of years
yeah, I
ago.
agree
what
with
they
that
do,
point.
That is what they do.
But why aren't they just sort of tranquilised?
God
Where
knows.
Why have I
this
been
in a zoo?
accused like it was my fault? Just because I happen to be reading.
Probably because the cops showed up first, and not the animal control people. You know, I don't think cops carrying around whatever this was. I think in America, he said. I don't know. Cops are not probably holding tranquilizer guns for animals or something like that. So maybe, you know, they arrived when they were attacking this guy. Just probably shot them.
Where was
Why
this?
have
Was
I
this
been
in a zoo?
accused like it was my fault? Just because I happen to be reading. Sarah, who emailed it in's the one who should be getting a
It
bollock
just
in.
annoys me how one way it's kind of like, you know, we're trying to save the pandas, and then the next day someone's shooting them or whatever. I've talked about this before about St. George killed the last dragon, right?
No, it didn't exist.
It's the same thing though.
No, there's never been any dragons. It's
No.
a mythical creature.
Well, you don't
By
know
mythical,
that.
it means we made this up, like the unicorn.
Well,
I don't even. What was your point about the
He
dragon?
doesn't
What's that
believe
got to do
that.
with
because
this?
I'm saying out like, why is it all right to be going around going mental with a gun, shooting all the monkeys and killing them? Because one day we're going to run out.
This was an animal sanctuary, though. So presumably they had quite a cushy
Right.
time there, because most of the ones I've visited, they've always got it easy. They're
But
hanging
you
around
don't-
on tyres, they got comfy chairs, they're wanking. They're going to dessert, they're loving it.
But
Wanking.
hang on a minute, you've just answered your own question there. You said. But hang on a minute, you've just answered your own question there. You said they're in a sanctuary, so they haven't had a good upbringing. So they're going to be a bit more like madder than other monkeys, aren't they? Because that's where the ill ones go, isn't it?
Sorry, what do you
A
understand by
retirement
sanctuary?
house.
Well, I've been
Or
to
something.
one for seals.
It's not like a borstal.
Yeah, exactly.
Borstal? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, they did some bad stuff in the jungle, and they had a little monkey caught, and they went, send him to Borstal.
So, well, what is it then?
No, it's a monkey sanctuary where it like a haven.
Well, it's not a haven, is it? It's got a bullet in the head.
Oh my god, talking to Carl. It's amazing.
Talking of eating knobs, Carol Thatcher.
There we go.
You know, a daughter of one of our leaders.
Sure.
Well, you saw it in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Margaret
She popped a couple
Thatcher?
of bollocks in the mouth, chewed them up, swallowed them.
Oh,
Hold on. That's Margaret Thatcher's daughter, I imagine, right?
Me out of here. She popped a couple of bollocks in the mouth, chewed them up, swallowed them.
oh.
Kangaroo penis there, dried. She couldn't even get. It was so tough, she couldn't even get through it. And then she, eventually, she eats
What was it, like a pepperoni?
It's a weird program.
And she, what do you think of that, Carl?
What, eating that?
It's a weird
sort of
TV
stuff?
show.
Yeah.
I watch it. I like those little trial bits, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But what I don't think people realise is, right, it is hard eating a little kangaroo knob. Right?
Really? How do you know?
No, it's just, you know, you think about it and you go, oh, couldn't do that, right? But what they never mention
Right.
on the TV programme, which I think takes it to the next level, right? They're eating that at like 7:30 in the morning.
Sure. Right.
Right.
Which is worse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If I was there and Ant and Deck said, right, Carl, eat the knob.
Ant
I'd
and
go,
Deck.
Hang on a minute. Give us a few hours. Let me get some rice and that on my belly and just sort of fill me up a little bit more. I'll pop back at about 6:30 this evening.
Right.
Have it ready. And I'd be happy
What?
then. It's just that thing of, you know,
You
you've
don't
been
want to eat. You don't eat animal genitals on an empty stomach.
So what are you saying? You could
I'm saying like I could eat a knob at night, but
just cut that there. We'll link that. If any DJs are listening, just take that quote. I could eat a
Knob at night. There we go.
By Carl Pilkington. Maybe do a dance remix.
Yeah,
Just
I
that-
think maybe you're sort of a house producer and you could maybe get some kind of high energy beat going.
Oh,
and then
that
just
has
send
to
out some gay
exist. I'm
clubs.
gonna look it up.
Yeah, it'd be really popular.
Please, anyone send us, you know, that looped with a nice little, you know, funky house beat. Carl Pilkington saying I could eat a knob at night.
Oh, that has to be a thing. It has to be out there.
Rick, it's that time again. It's what everyone's waiting for. Can you do the jingle for us?
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news.
Oh,
right, this week the monkey news is about, you know,
the machine says, "Itchy, itchy, boop, boop." Look, itchy, itchy.
right, this week the monkey news is about, you know, we all know, like, you know, there's monkeys knocking about that aren't happy in
Right.
this
Right.
country.
Sure.
Isn't they?
It is a big problem. Yeah, it's an epidemic.
So they've set up like this place
Okay.
where they all go. The ones that aren't happy in the zoo and what have you, it's getting them down.
They can phone a number and they'll come and pick them up.
Pop them in this house place, right? And basically,
House.
they can run riot in there.
Yeah.
To get freedom to sort of cheer themselves up. There's 3 people running this place, right? So these monkeys, big house and that,
PlayStation, anything.
gym, all that lot. swimming.
Jim.
One of them wanted to mess about with the woman's breasts. Right?
Which woman's breast?
The woman who works there,
Right.
right? And she was like, right, pack it in, you know, we've all had a bit of fun. Jim and everything. She obviously, you know, got a bit excited
He was a bit
and
fired
that.
up,
He was
yeah.
fired up and that, ready for some more action and that. He's trying to have a go on this woman's breast.
Right.
She was like,
Have a
no.
go.
She was like, no, you're not doing that. Pack it in and all that. The boss who's running the place was like, come on, let him have a go.
What?
No, right, you're talking
I
shit.
so anyway, right, so he's there. And
So the boss says, yeah, you
the
can have a
monkey's
grope.
saying, yeah, the boss is saying, let him have a go.
Come on, Rita. If Monkey wants to play with nipples, let him.
So she's like, I'm not happy with this. And he's going, come on, you know the rules here. We've got to cheer these monkeys up.
Rules.
Oh, this is absolutely
Actually, no. And in the end, because she didn't allow it to happen, the fella bloke sacked her, got someone else in.
I want to see the advert. He
Like
put in the
MTV
Guardian
back in the day.
Media page. I love that. Woman wanted to let chimp feel tits whenever it wants.
Well, it's all up there.
You're talking absolute shit again.
Well, we'll see.
That is no way that happened.
Just like, Oh, okay. These are better than I remember. Probably because I'm old now. I'm an adult. You know, I watched this as a kid. And I was trying to learn English at the time. But I don't think I ever got it. I ever understood it enough to actually laugh at it. But these are way better now. I don't know if it's because I'm old or because I know English now. But yeah, these are good. I'm probably gonna check the rest of them. I don't know if I'm gonna upload them. This was a random thing that kind of happened. But if you want to see more, I don't know. I never done a reaction thing ever. Just let me know in the comments. Maybe like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one if I do it. Thanks.